Ladies and gentlemen, in this Remaster video, we're going to be playing Resident Evil 0. More specifically, we're going to be doing a first impression-y type of thing. First impressions is probably actually the worst phrase I could have used, because I've already played this a couple of times on the original GameCube release back late 2002, I believe November-ish. But I wanted to talk about the PC/remaster, which has just popped up for the next generation consoles, and of course the PC, and give my thoughts and opinions of the game, how well it stacks up in today's gaming, as well as what do I think of the remaster as a whole. So, first thing first, if you've played this game before, you probably realise that I'm about 20-ish minutes into from the beginning. And I've done that just to give us something a bit different than the opening scene, not really any other reason. You can control two characters, but we'll go more into that in just a moment. I want to go into the PC version first and go into the graphics options, that type of jazz. You've got control methods, I just want to quickly point this out. You've got modern control methods, which is known as alternative. Now, alternate is essentially you press left for left, up for forwards, that type of thing. It's kind of like if you play Devil May Cry, you'll know what I mean. Original is the tank controls. You may or may not like the tank controls. Purists will. I personally have played it, and now I'm kind of a fan of the alternative ones. I know it does make the game a little easier, especially dealing with some of the slower enemies, because essentially some of the balance for the game was created with tank controls in mind, so you can kind of run around some enemies, but I'm not really playing the game anymore for the challenge, because I've played it already, so I'm playing it more for the purposes, well, in this video, for demonstration, but generally I'm playing it for the purposes of actually just reminding myself of the story, if I'm totally honest. So, anyway, moving back on to the video side of things. So, of course, the game does support 60 FPS on PC, which is one of the things it actually has over the consoles. The PS4 and Xbox One versions run at just 30 FPS natively, which is certainly something that you're gonna want to take into account. Personally, I like the 60 FPS. It's worth noting that it only affects the main actors in the game primarily, and by which I mean, for the sake of argument, Billy. Most backgrounds and other assets do not run at 60, but we'll go more into that in just a moment while we're talking about the game. You've of course got various resolution options, but resolution is something that we'll need to discuss in just a moment as well, because there are some, I guess you could say, caveats with the resolution. Anti-aliasing has multiple types. Unfortunately, it doesn't have MSAA or SSAA or whatever else built in, but it does have FXAA3HQ, which is kind of nice. It does a fairly decent job, and honestly, it's better than the console implementation. Essentially, the frame rate and the anti-aliasing are the things that this has most over the console iterations. You can, by all means, of course, start forcing, for example, downsampling or ridiculous amounts of texture filtering or that type of stuff on this game. That's all down to you, but we're taking a look at this from the base perspective, so I'm not forcing anything. I'm using an AMD card for this, but it doesn't really matter. I'm not forcing anything on either this or any of the other control panels. So, I think that's about it. So let's get into the game itself. So, this is a prequel to the original Resident Evil, and as I mentioned, you can do a co-op thing. As it is, Rebecca's kind of trapped in a room right now, and I'm kind of fucked, because if I was to click on this button, you'll notice that Rebecca, you know what, let's just use that up so she's in fine condition as well. Rebecca, bless her, she's doing a lot better ammo-wise than Billy, which is kind of a problem, because if I was to press the button for Billy, he's got a grand total, and it's quite a hard number to count to because it's so astronomically high, of 30 bullets, and 15 of those are already loaded into his weapon. So that's kind of a problem. But as it is, we've got to go and rescue, well, not rescue so much, but reunite ourselves with Rebecca. So this title didn't get as much critical acclaim as, let's say, Resident Evil 2, or the original Resident Evil, or even Resident Evil Nemesis for that matter. And there are a couple of things which are definitely worth noting on this game. I'm trying to remember what the hell you use. There is definitely something. Ah, I think it's actually back here. Come to think of it. Yeah, we are. Sweet. So, we need that key. We need that key quite a lot. Actually, another thing I could do if I wanted to is to switch back to Rebecca, which I'm probably going to do actually. And I'm going to place the ammo in for Billy. I don't think I've got that many dudes that I need to fight against, but don't think and do are two different things entirely. So as I mentioned, this game did not get as much critical acclaim as, let's say, Resident Evil 2. And it offers a really weird way of doing the inventory. Now, as you can see, essentially you can do a lot of, I guess you could say, exchanging between your characters. Now, hopefully very soon we'll reunite the two, the star-crossed lovers, if you will. And you'll see that you can actually trade items if you're standing next to one another. If you're at a distance, that can't be, you know, the case. You're basically fucked. So let's say this wasn't here and I was like, you know, halfway across the map. You can't just be like magically teleport the ammo to Billy. But typically, yeah. So that's just something to bear in mind. So we've got the keys. Now I have to try and remember where the balls this woman is. I'm pretty sure it's not up here, but I'm just going to quickly run up just to make sure that there wasn't anything. No. Blocked from the other side. Well, that's not good. Right, so we got... Hang on, wrong button. Press the wrong button there. That was a bit of a fail. So we got the right key anyway. Examine. What's it for? Conductor room. Okay. Well, we're going to have to try and find the conductor room then, aren't we? So, the inventory system is really different because you don't use the staple of the early Resident Evil's inventory management system, the inventory box. You know that big box which is found in the storage rooms where you just pile in your items like, you know, yay high? You don't do that in this one. Oh, fuck me. I'm gonna have problems. Oh, bollocks! And this is why I was gonna shoot them and I changed my mind at the last minute and I regret that. I regret that a lot. So, what you have to do instead is drop an item. Now, it's worth noting that if you drop an item, it's not that that item just disappears. It's that item will remain where it was dropped. And that's kind of something to take into account because let's say you drop an item that you don't think is relevant at a specific point. You're pretty boned if you need that. Which is pretty obvious, but it's worth pointing out. Oh, fuck me. No, he's a friend. He was too slow getting up, and frankly, I don't really want to spend the time shooting him in the face repeatedly. Yeah, I think it's just past here if memory serves. Yeah, we've already killed the dogs and stuff, and he's not... There we are. That seems healthy. What do we have in here? What do we have in the conductor's room? Ah! Well, one of the things we have is this, which is quite nice. So, as you can see, this actually gives me a really great example of what I was referring to. So, yeah. If you drop an item, you have to kind of remember where that is. For me, I've left an item. In this case, I've left the ink ribbon right where it was because I just could not be bothered to take it. I'm going to go ahead and take these items, though, because I can always combine them and save some inventory space. So, essentially, you have to do kind of a balancing act. I pressed the wrong button there, if I'm totally honest. Sorry about that. You have to do kind of a... I guess, yeah, you have to just balance the items that you've got. Now, yes, you can argue by... Okay, you can't use it. That's a problem. Did not know that. Well, I probably did, but I completely forgot, to be honest. What have we got in here? Sure, let's take the briefcase. Let's fill my inventory more up with some crap. Seems like an absolutely pucker idea. Note from the conductor. The key card for is in my bag as always, but I need the other guy's key to open the damn thing. But it looks like if there's a normal key somewhere, blah, 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 blah. Okay. I have absolutely no idea what that is. So this is going to be a fun, happy time. Examine. It appears to be locked. There are 2 holes that look as if they fit some kind of round object. Well, this is going to be smooth sailing, I can tell. Here we are. Yeah, let's go up the creepy ladder. This is not going to kill me or anything, is it? So, in the early Resident Evils, you can argue that you do have that inventory management thing, which is certainly true, but there is a key difference, a really big one. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. I thought I had a shotgun when you fight the boss. Please don't be a boss fight. Please don't be a boss fight. What the hell's that? Yeah, sure. Why not? I need some more items in my inventory. Room 101. Now, on the plus side, we've got loads of ammo. On the minus side, pretty much no space. Ah! I don't know what that is, but I'm going to guess it's an... Ah, okay. So now, this is pretty much what I was referring to when I was saying that you've got kind of that rock and a hard place. So now, I can leave this item here, for the sake of argument. I can leave this item here. And I can by all means pick up, let's say, the shotgun. And I can pick up the ammo as well. But come on, pick up the bloody shotgun, Billy. Don't be silly. Don't... Oh. Balls. This is going to be a 2-0, isn't it? You need 2 items to carry this. Well, that sucks balls, doesn't it? Well, I guess technically I don't need this, so let's just leave this right here. Yeah, sure, why not? Hopefully we can do this rather smoothly. So you do need, of course, to have some measure, some monochrome of inventory management for the early Resident Evils, because you could still leave things in the wrong receptacle. You could still need an item. But I'm going to argue that it was probably more profound, honestly. Ah! Oh dear. Oh guys! Ow. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Ah yes, that's how you kill this little piece of crap. You aim downwards. Combine. Ow. Yeah, it's kind of cheesy because if you know how to kill this thing with the modern controls, bollocks. Even though I'm pressing the wrong buttons constantly, but let's just ignore that little problem. If I hadn't wasted those initial shots, he'd probably be dead at the end of this, but he's not. Combine. Doink. 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 Ow. I think I can basically tank it because I've got so much life. Yeah, he's dead. Awesome. Ow. Maybe not dead. Thought he was dead. Die! Die, damn it! Die! Yeah. Quite. Yes, we need that. The panel opener! Yes, we need that. Definitely need that. How many spaces do I have in my inventory? You know what? Let's go back. We can collect the ice pick as well. Because I can't actually remember when you need that. So, as I was saying, it's kind of tricky because you've got that balance. But, anyway. Now, I guess the question is, does the game hold up with today's gaming audience? Well, I paid... What did I pay for this? About £12. I bought it from Green Man Gaming, if I'm honest. And no, I'm not advertising for them. But they do have a bit of a code at the moment, which kind of was the reason I ended up buying that version. Actually, let me just check my inventory. Okay. Oh, where did I put that pick? There we go. Is that one? No. There we go. I guess we could take that because we could leave this over here. Which is another problem about this whole inventory system. You can't leave it here. I can't leave this. Interesting. Is it because of the area is so full? I'm going to probably say it's because the area is so full. Can I leave it here? Yes, excellent. Yeah, there we go. Because I need that. At least I think I need that. No, I don't want the bloody hunting gun. This is the problem with the leave system. That's the bloody plant, isn't it? Yep, I had a feeling. Come on, pick up the freaking suitcase. There we go. Thank you. I need that. So, aside from those little maddening issues, is it worth the money? Honestly, yeah. It does have a few problems with the inventory management, and I personally feel that it's kind of jarring to get used to. This is especially true if you're more used to, let's say, Resident Evil 4 and 5. God, if you're used to 4 and 5, this is going to feel really bizarre. Because 4 is quite generous, actually, with how it deals with things. But aside from that, I actually really like this game. I think the story's pretty good. It does have some cheesy voice acting, but let's face it, I would say it's kind of part and parcel. The only problem with it in terms of voice acting is I think Billy is written kind of annoying. He really comes across as a dick, much more so than most characters. I'm genuinely unable to remember which way to go now. I don't think it's this way. Yeah, because we need the keycard to go that way, so it's got to be this way. Yeah, so it's got to be this way. See, it's been a while since I played this, hasn't it? So yeah, aside from that, I actually really like this game. I just want to try and get these two characters to meet up, which I think is in a few moments. Fuck off. No one loves you. No one loves you either before you think so. Yeah, there's going to be a whole bunch of zombies in this room, so you might as well just murder them all. Rather discriminatory as well. Maximum discrimination. Extreme prejudice. Extreme. Oh, Billy. Yep, there we go. Well, I'll give you a biscuit, Billy. Come on, there we go. Well, you're just Mr. Soldier, aren't you? There we go. If you keep shooting them long enough, it does the job, bless it. I've never understood in fictional media, like, if you shoot someone in, like, the chest, and I say this as a British person that does not know guns, but if I shoot someone in the chest, and they're like, you know what, I'm fine. I'm not even injured. Okay, maybe I'm missing something. It might be back here, actually. And they're like, yeah, I'm just going to get back up now. I'm cool. I wouldn't be thinking to myself, hey, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to be chilling out. I'm going to be just keep shooting them in the chest. Man, first instinct would be, yeah, you're a zombie now. Is it this train? I never remember. Is this one? Oh, balls. Good old pressing the wrong button for the inventory. In the floor. Maybe I have to use the lockpick to get out. Oh, that's what I have to do. Yeah, that's right. Oh, that sucks. Well, I guess I completely and utterly messed up on the puzzle. I genuinely thought you had to use the ladder to get an item. Oh well. It's funny how your brain could completely and utterly trick you, isn't it, after not playing for a while. Alright, well, we should be able to get the two together in just a moment. So yeah, I'm actually quite a big fan of the old school Resident Evils, which does bring me to my thoughts on the new Resident Evil. Resident Evil... I guess Resident Evil 2 is going to be kind of like Resident Evil 1 in theory. The remaster, I'm hoping so. If they do, that would be absolutely fantastic. Alright, let's pop this in here. Press the button. Yism. Piece of the wheels. Yes, I do want to take that. Now, I wonder where the hell this is going to lead me. Use. Doink. Possibly should have given her some ammo as well, thinking about it. Oh, that's a problem. Although, to be fair, I think they're basically touching one another. They're so close. Yeah, that's okay. Hello! Hello, Bella! Bella, do you want to play?
Follow me.
Okay.
Come on. We've got friends now. I'll quickly go into the inventory management system, even though I think it's pretty obvious how it all works. So, let's say I want to switch to Bella, and I want to give him the suitcase. So you simply press the button where it wants to go, and that's it. Literally that simple. There are some points with this, because now you've got to be kind of careful, as I mentioned, juggling items. Now, when the computer will fire on your behalf, so it does shoot, it's not dumb, it's not just going to be like, I'm going to get shot in the, well, I guess, eaten in the face. So it will use up ammo. So you might want to be a bit careful and not give the computer, like, let's say, for the sake of argument, you might not want to give it the Magnum. Because if you give it the Magnum, you're going to be kind of upset. Just saying. Yeah. But I think that's a pretty good place to call the video. I think you've got a reasonable understanding now of at least how the game plays, and a decent understanding of the port. there are a couple of little caveats I want to mention before I finish off. The first is that, generally speaking, you can't lose items. So for the sake of argument, when you leave the train area, I'm not going to explain how before anyone starts panicking, but you can basically, in the area where you leave the train, that's all I'm going to say, most of the items are from the train cart. That's all I'm going to say, because I don't want to give spoilers, because otherwise I could go into massive spoiler territory, and I don't want to do that. So anyway, the reason I point that out is I don't want people to panic and say, oh, if I left the shotgun and I, finished the train section, does that mean that I lose the shotgun? No, you don't. Unless they've changed it for this version, I highly doubt they have. But anyway, hopefully you have enjoyed the video. Overall, I think it's a pretty good game. I mean, as I mentioned, the biggest problem with it is the resolution and so on, with some of the assets in the background. But aside from that, I think it's all pretty spiffing. But with all of that said, hopefully you've enjoyed the video. I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye for now.